Hey guys, Mascarin here. Sorry, no, I can't do it. Hold on. Hey guys, it's Von Man X here. No, wrong intro. Yo, it's your boy Guns Blazing back with you again. Nope, still wrong intro. Alright, it's your friendly neighborhood gamer, Zaga Cometh, aka the Ghost Who Walks. What is up, everybody? We just having some fun. Shout outs to Von Man X, Mascarin, Guns Blazing. Those guys are awesome. So today we're basically with you again. We have a farm deck guide for you guys. We are currently in the midst of the Paradox Brothers event. So a lot of people were kind of disappointed, hoping for Marek. Yeah, Yami Marek, I guess. But we got the Paradox Brothers, so we got to make the most of it. I think for a long time coming in the future, YuGiOh Duel Links, we're going to be seeing Unhappy Girl being the go-to deck build of choice when it comes to farming. So I think that's just something that we're inexplicably going to have to get used to, all in all. So quick run through of this deck here. So we have the Mystic Beast. Oh yeah, and I should also probably just mention that this is basically more or less the same deck that I used for the Joy event, which is wonderful because I didn't really have to do much of anything to it. So we have the Mystic Beast Serket. That's going to be part of our finisher combo for the Fusion Summon. We have Gravekeeper Vassal. We already know that Gravekeeper Vassal is a big part of the finisher combo as well. 3 Unhappy Girls, 3 Rai Mei to pull the Unhappy Girls from the deck. We have 2 Union attacks. If you don't own 2 Union attacks, it's okay, no need to fret. You can use Trap Reclamation to bring back 1 Union attack if you only own 1 copy. In the deck, I'm currently running 3 Econs because, I got 3 Econs. Why wouldn't I run 3 Econs? But you can opt to, mix and match whatever defensive option cards you want to put in the deck for that. Security Orb is a good alternative that came out with one of the newer packs that just came out. I think it was Chaotic Compliance. No, Security Orb. What's that in? That's in the new Baboon box, I think. I don't know. I haven't bought any of the new cards, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we're running 3 Econs. You can switch out as you please. We got Temple of the Kings as part of the Mystic Beast of Serket combo to summon out the Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon for a fusion summon. We are running 1 Magical Mallet as somewhat of a defensive option to help us search through the deck in case we end up having the Scorpion on the bottom of the deck as the last card, because you need to summon it the turn before your last turn, so it's on the board. So Magical Mallet helps in that. Also, one of the primary ways that this deck ends up losing, because it's obviously not 100% guaranteed to get you a win, but one of the obvious ways you end up losing is if you do not draw into your Unhappy Girl or your Rai Mei during the earlier turns of the match. So if you do end up having Magic Mallet in your hand, you can actually play that and throw back your entire hand, kinda almost like the restart skill, and try to get a better hand with something more desirable. Also, it can be used if you're like midway through the duel and you need to look for some defensive options to ensure that you stay alive. You can use it to help give yourself a second chance at maybe drawing that Windstorm of Etaqua that you might need. Next card is Hieroglyph Lithograph. We have that in there as it lowers our life points by 1,000, so we can get the comeback victory duel assessment score points. It also helps to increase the overall size of your hand. So moving on from that, we have Secret Pass to the Treasures. That is also a part of our finisher combo. You put that on the Gravekeeper Vassal and you attack base for the direct effect damage. We are running also 1 copy of Xing Zhen Hu, which I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but I pronounce that shit that way. So we're running 1 copy of that. It helps manage the back row. Also helps stall out somewhat and lock up their back row of the AI when you're going up against him. Like I mentioned before, we're running 1 copy of Windstorm of Etaqua because everybody runs 1 copy because you only have 1 copy in the game. And finally, we're running Straight Flush, which is also technically a part of our finisher combo because it helps to clear the entire back row just in case any random trap card shenanigans take place that might screw up your final attack. I should probably mention that the replay that I'm going to play, first time attempt at level 50 Paradox Brothers, I'll just kind of giving it a shot to see how it worked out, and I was pleasantly surprised that it worked out that well. So you'll see that in the replay coming. So yeah, like I said, straight flush helps with the back row. Also, Xing Zhen Hu can also help lock down the back row of the AI when you go in for your final attack, depending on how you want to utilize those cards. So with that being said, we are going to play this. Please don't mind all the WhatsApp messages going off. I know it's kind of annoying, but I can't really do anything about it because we're playing this back directly from my phone. So without further ado, we're gonna play this level 50 match. Alright, so I'll wait for this to start up. Alright, so as the match loads in, alright, so we see he starts out with the Gatekeeper on board. Thankfully we had an okay starting and we got a Rai Mei off the top. And we got an Econ as a defensive option. I had no idea he even ran Fair Meteor Crush, so I was kind of scared here. But thankfully we had the Econ to turn that to defense mode. And the YuGiOh hits us and helps us to pull out that lovely unhappy girl from our deck. So that worked out pretty well in our favor. I honestly have never seen him fail the coin flip for the YuGiOh. I'm not sure if that's like just AI programming or what, but yeah. So we get out our unhappy girl. And you guys should pretty much know how the rest of the deal goes at this point. We use Unhappy Girl consistently to lock down each of the monsters that he summons out on the board. Which is why I was saying before at the start of the video, Unhappy Girl is pretty much going to be the go-to farming option until I guess Konami gets fed up and decides that they're gonna patch it so it doesn't work the way that it normally does, similar to what they did with Spirit Ryu and Pin Chopper. So there's not really much to explain for the rest of the deal really. We lock down the board, we keep the board locked down, and it's just a overall decision making to decide how best to manage our hand size and what defensive options we want to keep on board, what we want to keep in hand, etc. So we see him get out the Sanga, and obviously it really doesn't matter to us because we got two, not one, we got two unhappy girls on board. He gets out all the monsters he wants, we just gonna lock them the hell down because the AI will not attack into an unhappy girl unless it actually has lethal right away. So that's the primary flaw with the programming that we capitalize on with that unhappy girl deck. So you see here, we're going through the motions. Whenever our hand gets too full, we just decide we want to throw away. Here we pop the Xing Zhen Hu because we realize that he has down 2 cards, so his board is clogged. And then once we lock down those 2 cards, he definitely can't play any more magic cards because at this point we weren't certain what was even in his deck, so we didn't want to take any chances. Here we use the Magical Mallet, like I was mentioning before, to try and search for the Scorpion because we realize we don't have it, and we don't want it to be the last card on the bottom because that would kind of screw up the farm. It doesn't necessarily screw up the farm because if you have defensive options down, you can play out the Gravekeeper on your second to last turn and then summon the Scorpion on the last turn. Thankfully we don't have to go that far because we managed to get the Scorpion, so we go through the motions. Play Temple of the Kings on the Scorpion, sacrifice it, bring out the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and then it's back to business as usual. Board is locked down. Going into the second to last turn, we have everything under control. This is a guaranteed successful farm. We start popping off all our necessary cards for our glossy spell card bonuses and all that good stuff. Secret Pass to the Treasure, and double union attack on our Gravekeeper, bada bing bada boom, attack face for 10,000 so that we can, well, over 10,000, and we just pop the straight flush because it's a glossy straight flush. And yeah, get wrecked. GG, get wrecked, Paradox Bros. And for that, we got this duel assessment that you see currently on the screen. We got 9,400 points. Technically it was 8,500. About 700 of those points are like glossy, which I'm sure people can find glosses to put into the deck. If not, you can probably mix and match and see how best you can get the glossy count. Or you may want to substitute out some of the cards for life lowering cards such as Abyssal Designator, so that you can get, I think it's like 500 points for getting your life points below 1000. So that's also an option. So here we got pretty damn lucky with this run. We got a Labyrinth Wall, 2 of those gate cards, and that new trap card. Not to mention 10 gems and an SR stone. That's pretty lit, man. Like, we got 4 SR cards and the SR stone. Like, I have not been having great luck farming Joy, but definitely feel like my luck turned around for this event. So as a bonus, even more good news for you guys. This deck also works on the level 40 Paradox Brothers. So not only can you use the same deck not only can you use the deck to farm Joy and level 50 Paradox Brothers, but you can also use it to farm the level 40 Paradox Brothers, which is just awesome. Like, one deck suits so many different needs. Like, you don't have to change shit, you just have one deck slot occupied. Taya is bae. Like, as much as I love Ishizu for farming, Taya is definitely bae. She's the #1 choice. So once again, first time playing level 40 Paradox Brothers here. Starts out with Labyrinth Wall. I don't really give a shit because I start out with Unhappy Girl. So we just begin locking down the board already. Whatever he puts out, whatever they put out, I should say, it's just gonna get locked down anyways. And this was like a pretty it was a damn good start, because we started out with Econs and the Unhappy Girl. So the odds of us losing this duel were like pretty much 0. And as far as I understand, the Paradox Brothers don't really have anything spell-wise that destroys your back row. So once you can get a proper back row defensive option-wise setup, you're pretty much Gucci. So once again, we get the Xing Zhen Hu out early, locking down 2 slots on his back row. So he only has 1 slot available. And like I was saying before, we pretty much just go through the motions of locking down the board. Anything that gets thrown out, we lock it down immediately. We don't give him a chance to really screw us over, especially since we weren't sure what cards were in his deck list because we hadn't done any research prior to going into this event. So we just went balls to the walls. We got out our Unhappy Girls early, locked down the board. Xing Zhen Hu has been phenomenal when it comes to back row control in my farming decks. So I highly recommend utilizing it if you have a copy. It definitely comes in clutch. And straight flush also comes in super clutch. And it's good to have 2 options. So you can either clear the back row on the last turn, or you can use Xing Zhen Hu to lock down 2 of the back row options if they don't have a full back row for you to activate straight flush. So either way, man, like, we're good. So at this point, like I said, we're just going through the motions. Everything he summons out gets locked down. There we see he puts in the final card in his back row because his hands are clogged and he doesn't really know what to do with it. At this point, we notice we still do not have our Scorpion. So it's at the bottom of the deck, like I mentioned before. Not the best of things to happen to us, but we have a contingency plan for that. Magical Mallet. So we begin to throw back all of our endgame stuff. Well, not all, but most. And see, we got the Scorpion, so it worked out perfectly here. So we could summon out the Scorpion, bring out the Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon. We pop the Econ because we don't really need it because we have a Windstorm. Put down the Windstorm, put down Straight Flush, and lock down the most recent monster that was summoned. And that's pretty much GG. Guaranteed success on our farm run. And we go through the typical motions of Secret Pass to the Treasure. Union Attack hype. And like I said, if you do not have 2 copies of Union Attack, you can just run a copy of Trap Reclamation. It just means that you're going to have to be smarter about how you manage your back row, because you're going to need to set up the Trap Reclamation the turn before. And yeah, just like that, GG. And for that run, we got 8,400 duel assessment score. I don't actually have a screenshot of that because I was like in a rush. But it was basically the exact same score as the level 50 duel that I just showed you. But with that being said, thank you all once again for checking out this farming guide video. I hope you guys have awesome luck in the event. And yep, this is me signing off, telling you as always, until next time, keep on gaming. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like all our videos. Do go check us out on Facebook. You can search us under the name Zalgo Cometh. Follow us on Twitter at Mr_Gamehead. And as always, keep on gaming. Visit our game review blog at www.zalgocometh.blogspot.com. See you guys later.